Hi, I'm Danielle Royston, founder and CEO of TelcoDR. Thank you for joining me today here in Cloud City. Through March 2nd, we invite you to spend time in Cloud City getting to know the innovative software companies in telco that are getting ready for the inevitable shift to the public cloud. These are the companies building the tools and paving the way for telcos to start to take advantage of the game-changing capabilities of the public cloud. But even though I know the public cloud has come to telco, I'm still arguing with executives about how they can't start, when we should be talking about what they can do in the public cloud. The proof points about the public cloud are everywhere. For example, Vodafone signed a strategic partnership with Google to break down their 600 Hadoop servers and move all of their analytics to GCP, accelerating their business insights from days to seconds. Last summer, AT&T sold off their network cloud business to Microsoft, who will rewrite it and refactor it to run natively on Azure. And of course, the news that rocked the industry, the move by Dish in the United States to go all in on the public cloud with AWS. All of these announcements tell you that if you haven't started your move, then you better get going. It's my fundamental premise that telco should be the center of the tech universe. But we are not. Think about it. There's so much activity being driven by the OTT players, Uber, WhatsApp, Netflix, and all the super apps of the world. These guys are capturing the lion's share of the massively increased spending that consumers are doing because of mobile. It's also true on the enterprise side. There's Zoom with video conferencing, or Twilio with their enterprise messaging platform. Or think about how, in general, enterprises look to the hyperscalers for tech leadership, not to telco. The money is going to these guys and not to you. Telcos are flat. Every industry is already moving to the cloud. Just look at healthcare, financial services, even government agencies. Telco is the last industry to take the plunge. You can't have management teams, guys in IT, or CTOs that don't understand the basic capabilities of the public cloud. And as leaders, your job is to come up with great ideas that take advantage of your assets and leverage your organizations into better positions. The public cloud is a big idea, and for those of you who embrace it, the public cloud will open up new greenfield dimensions to compete on. It's not zero-sum, it's really, really big. Once you realize what you can do with the public cloud, you will have wished you started yesterday. Do you know who wishes he started earlier? Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Chase, who's already made the move to the public cloud. He, like you, started out thinking the public cloud was just about outsourcing. He used to think, why in the world would I move anything to AWS when I've built up my own data center capacity and capability? But on his latest earnings call, he had a different sentiment. He's all in on the public cloud, saying if he could spend $2 billion to get to the cloud tomorrow, he would do it in a second. For him, it's a no-brainer. What is it about the public cloud that causes a CEO of a nearly $500 billion company to say that? He believes that using the public cloud is a competitive advantage. So how can telco create a competitive advantage by using the public cloud, as Jamie has done in banking? There are 3 things holding you back from creating a competitive advantage. You don't have modern systems, your data isn't clean, and you need to hire cloud talent. Let's start with modernizing your systems. Inside a telco, there are thousands of legacy applications running on-premise loaded with tons of technical debt. A heavily customized, heavily integrated rat's nest of crap. While modernizing legacy systems will give you the opportunity to save lots of money, that's not the main reason you move these workloads to the public cloud. You do it because when you get these applications up and running in the cloud, the databases these systems use can now be accessed by the world's best data tools. That's the real value. But you can't do it with systems that were designed in the 90s, sitting on-premise in a closed environment that you can't easily access. So get those thousands of apps modernized and up into the cloud. The second thing you need to do is clean your data. I don't have to tell you that one of the most valuable things inside a telco is the data you have about how subscribers use the network. But when it's split across vendors in different relational databases, each with its own data model, It's hard to extract the insights that can drive revenue growth because it's a mess. You're going to need to tackle the difficult task of cleaning and normalizing your data to access the insights that matter. You need to move your data to powerful public cloud databases so you can use the world's best and most modern data tools to get the insights that can drive a more personalized experience for your customers. I'm talking about AI, machine learning, and analytics. You want to be able to extract personalized insights in seconds, not days. And you want to be able to put these insights into action the moment you receive them to influence customer behavior. But you can't do this today. Your data is in 1,000 different systems spread out all over your company, and in some cases, all over the world. So clean it up. And last but not least, you need to acquire cloud talent. To start to use the public cloud, you don't need to turn your telco into a techco. But you do need to start hiring and upskilling your people on how to design applications using cloud-first principles. And you'll need to modernize your HR programs to attract top talent. Cloud is the most in-demand technical skill in the job market today, and you're competing for talent against the best tech companies in the world. You need a team that can determine if applications are designed right for the public cloud. You need software developers that can build applications in hours that are auto-scaling, self-healing, lowest TCO, and use the right cloud service for the job. Hiring and upskilling your team for cloud skills is not impossible, but it will take time. So get going and start to build that muscle. Once you do these 3 things, you'll be set up to unlock a competitive advantage for your telco. See, once you modernize your applications, cleanse your data, and hire people who can design applications with cloud-first principles, you create the possibility to technically leverage your biggest asset, your network. You need to turn network events into opportunities to create moments of excitement for the customer. If you do this, you can leverage your network into higher NPS. For example, let's talk about super apps. There's no doubt that the telcos should own the super app. If we did a Harvard Business School case study, everyone would agree that no other industry has assets to own the super app better than telco. Telcos own the network. You own the relationship with the subscriber. But the glaring issue stopping you is your terrible NPS. The leaders in OTT and tech, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Uber, have customer loyalty values that are through the roof. Those guys understand that without customer love, they can't expand their ARPU footprint. They don't have the leverage to force their customers to use the next version. For example, Uber Eats can only exist if Uber Rideshare is awesome. Amazon started with books, and now they sell you everything, including data centers. Could you have imagined yourself going into a bookstore and buying a data center? No way. Amazon, Apple, and Uber put customer love at the center of their business models. They focus relentlessly on their customers. They provide great experience after great experience, and their revenue continues to grow and grow. They do it because that's how you support a growing, demanding customer ARPU. Amazon could expand because all the experiences before it were great. Same with Apple. Because their customer experience is awesome, people continue to buy their new products. These guys can expand their ARPU because they have such high NPS. But telcos, you aren't playing in the same game. You have to drive NPS up so you can expand ARPU. Don't be just a regulated pipe. If telcos use the next 10 years to adopt the public cloud, change their culture to focus on the customer, and fix their NPS, they will be the future of the digital consumer. The telcos that make this transition have the most exciting decade in front of them. This is our focus at Totogi. We are creating the modern software for telco that is making the move to the public cloud a reality. At Totogi, we know that telcos need to get high NPS scores so they are invited to compete in the 10x larger ARPUs. This is doable when you embrace the public cloud and change your culture to focus on customer love. Give up the security blanket of the network. But you can't do it if you haven't modernized your legacy applications. You can't do it if you haven't cleaned your data. And you can't do it if you haven't hired cloud talent. This is a massive opportunity, but you have to start in a real way. So get to it and enjoy your visit to Cloud City.